Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. I was having issues with the screen. But we're back for part 2 of Shakira and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn to continue the conversation. Hi Diana, how are you? Sorry about that. I'm not sure if G's here, but I'm going to answer G's question that they sent on the part 1 stream. And if any of you have any last minute questions while we're here, definitely send your donations. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Thank you, G. Let's get to your question. Your question is singing a good career for me. Is singing a good career for G? Let's see. I'll take this one. I get the Hanged Man, so is singing a good career for you? It's definitely probably a career you're gonna have to be patient with. I get the Empress, so it's possible for you to have stability or make some money or resources via singing. I get the Six of Wands, which denotes forward movement. It seems like, yeah, it could be a good career for you. I get the Queen of Wands. It could allow you to be creative, maybe, in some way, shape, or form, or maybe connecting with the Queen of Wands. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, female could be prominent. And I get the Lover's card, which is doing something you're passionate about, or once again, could be a connection in terms of relationships. So, yeah, I feel like it could be a good career for you to pursue, yeah. That's what I see. It could be lucrative. Alright, so if you missed part 1, in part 1 we were talking about Shakira and her tax evasion. We were looking at her natal chart earlier, actually, and we were looking at all of the different opposition she has. Aquarius opposition to her, Aquarius sun in opposition to her moon in Cancer, her midheaven in Capricorn in opposition to her moon, which coincides with the current Pluto retrograde we have going on. Excuse me, now Pluto will be retrograde until in Capricorn once again until October 2022, and we'll be going in direct into Aquarius, I believe. Pluto will be going into Aquarius next year on March 23rd, 2023. Alright. So you know what I think? I think during Pluto in Aquarius, I think that's probably going to affect the PPP loans, that type of stuff. It's probably going to affect like Bitcoin, anything where there's a group effort or a social group or social environment. Pluto retrograde can be going also after social media, businesses on the internet could be affected during Pluto. I keep saying Pluto retrograde, Pluto in Aquarius. All right, remember Pluto is also change and evolution and growth. All right. So how exactly is that going to show up in your life? I also say that, it could be a good time to once again create a business, create an online business, specifically during Pluto in Aquarius. Alright? That can also be a good time for a business maybe that has been used to having a storefront transitioning into online, or once again maybe expanding online affairs during Pluto in Aquarius, especially once it goes direct. So actually, let's take a look at the astrology software. Thank you, Naisha, for your donation for another question. Let's take a quick look at the astrology software and just look at what's going on around March 2023. So here we are on March 30th, 2023. We're looking at Pluto. Pluto will be retrograde in Aquarius. So let's go just 7 days ahead. Or I keep saying retrograde. Pluto will be direct in Aquarius by March 30th. I do want to see when it goes retrograde, though, next year. See, it goes retrograde at like the early start of the year. It goes retrograde in May, it looks like. So Pluto goes retrograde May 2nd of next year. Which is crazy because before you know it, it'll be May 2nd of next year. All right. How long will Pluto be staying in Aquarius? That's a good question. I have to look it up. How long will Pluto be in Aquarius? So while we do that, let's look up Naisha's question. Naisha, what's your question? By the way, you guys, make sure you like the video. Sorry we had to make a part 2. It is what it is. It happens sometimes. So, what's your question, Naisha? By the way, for those of you who are on, I am doing live readings, alright? So I'll probably be on here for part 2 for about an hour at the most. Alright, so make sure you get your live readings on here while I'm still here, alright? Before I sign off officially for the night. So Naish says, do you see me buying the condo of my dreams I've been eyeing for a while now? If so, how soon? Will Naish be able to buy the condo of their dreams? And if so, how soon, Spirit? I get the Two of Wands. It may benefit you to have a couple other options or a second option. I get the Queen of Wands. Or other options to fall back on. I get the Hanged Man, which can denote patience. Alright. Time. Things out of your control, possibly. In context to this situation of his question. I get the Five of Pentacles, so I'm not sure if I see you buying it soon necessarily, which is why I think you may want to have a backup option. You may need to be creative and take elements you like of your condo and find those same elements in somewhere else if you're not able to get this. But I do get the Ace of Pentacles, which maybe could be you putting in an offer. It is a 1 card, so it could be over the next week. Maybe, I'm not sure of your situation, month or year. But I get the Seven of Cups, which is, once again, other options. Alright. So it would benefit you to have other options while you do pursue this condo. Alright. So let's see how long Pluto will be in Aquarius. So it says, Pluto reaches Aquarius on March 24th, 2023. And remains until January 2044. It says, if you're befuddled by mainstream culture or wondering why others don't feel the same urgency to reinvent everything, you're a Pluto in Aquarius prepper. So we will have Pluto in Aquarius until January 2044. So for the next 20 or so years, the next 19 or 20 years, we're going to have Pluto in Aquarius. 19, 20, 21 years. So once again, you have 20 years to utilize the internet and maybe utilize the internet, social media, you know, to change your life. Because in some way, shape, or form, once Pluto goes into... Actually, let's go ahead and change the title of this stream, actually. We can change the title of this stream to Pluto in Aquarius and the future. Yeah, let's change the title of this stream. Alright, make sure you guys like the video. 20 years to start an online business, or 20 years in general. Alright? Just to enact change in your life. Now, Aquarius is unexpected change. Aquarius is also, it is social media, the internet, technology. It is humanitarianism. So the next 20 years definitely probably will be a time of giving back. And it's interesting because, as they say, when you give, to others, good is given back to you. So it's interesting how that karma may play a factor, over these next 20 years or so with Pluto and Aquarius. I've been hearing things such as, I heard something very random where apparently there's a conspiracy or a theory where there could be a change in the credit system where it goes more so on social credit, which would be Pluto and Aquarius. So if there were to be anything like that to happen in terms of the credit system, it definitely would be a Pluto and Aquarius time. All right. So, this is important information to know. Pluto will be moving into Aquarius sooner than you think. Once again, Pluto will be moving into Aquarius, as it says, on March 23rd, around March 23rd, 2023. So let's see. We're currently in August. We're at the very beginning of August. So it's August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So we have 7 months until Pluto goes into Aquarius. And remember, Pluto will be in Aquarius for the next 20 or 21 years. Social credit, don't they do that in China? China is ahead. I actually don't know about that. Do they do that in China? Let's see. Social credit in China. That's actually a good question. Alright, let's see. So it says the social credit system is an extension of the risk assessment credit rating systems that were introduced in China in the 1980s. Proponents argue that it will help eliminate problems such as food safety issues, intellectual property theft, violation of labor law, financial infidelity, and counterfeit goods. I actually don't know about the social credit system. Let's find out about it together. We're looking at Wikipedia, which, as you know, they say you have to take with a grain of salt, okay? Let's dive deep into some research, which is Pluto and Aquarius, or is Aquarius in general. So it says the social credit system, it says Chinese, so I guess it is associated with China, is a national credit rating and blacklist being developed by the government of the People's Republic of China. You are right, Diana. China is ahead of the game, which once again is Aquarius. Aquarius is ahead of the curve a lot of the times. All right, so that's why if you're an Aquarius, you typically will be someone who is who will get on a trend or will find something that you'll find something and then it will become a trend later. It's almost like, oh, that's just a trend now. It's like I was on that 5 years ago or 10 years ago. That's like an Aquarius energy. Right, the 80s, right? I thought it was more recent, right, Diana? Child, let's keep reading. All right. This is prepping us for the Pluto and Aquarius energy we've got coming, all right, over these next 20 years. So it says the program, by the way, this is all alleged, all right, according to Wikipedia. The program initiated regional trials in 2009, all right, interesting. So this has been going on since 2009, which makes me think, let's go look at when did Pluto enter to Capricorn? Because I wonder if it was around that time, actually, in 2009. Let's see. Oh, it entered January 27, 2008, so a year before they started the social credit experiments. Interesting. It says they were doing trials in 2009 before launching a national pilot with 8 credit scoring firms in 2014. It says the Social Credit Initiative calls for the establishment of a unified record system so that businesses, individuals, and government institutions can be tracked and evaluated for trustworthiness. I think this is interesting. All right. It says supporters claim that the system helps to regulate social behavior, which that can be Aquarius, social behavior, social groups, and things of that nature. It improves the trustworthiness of citizens, which includes paying taxes and bills on time. Interesting. And it promotes traditional moral values, which that could be that Saturn influence with Aquarius. Y'all know Saturn rules traditions, it rules the past, and things of this nature. Yeah, they're trendsetters, right? So, it says, critics of the system, however, claim that it oversteps the rule of law and infringes the legal rights of residents and organizations, especially the right to reputation, the right to privacy, as well as personal dignity, and that the system may be a tool for comprehensive government surveillance and for suppression of dissent from the Chinese party. Apparently there's a lot of sensationalism, misrepresentation connected to this as well. Alright, so here's all the information. So it's interesting, but they say, it happens typically in China first, and then it goes everywhere else, typically to the United States right after. Remember pre-COVID, we had a lot of things made from China? I'm wondering how Pluto in Aquarius is going to be affecting that. We already see it affecting it now, right? Because you have to remember Pluto, we were talking in the previous live, alright? Oh, I have to change the title of that live actually too. Dang, alright. Alright, let me change the title of this live really quickly too, because I put part 1 and really it's not part 1. These videos that we did before and the one we're doing now are just completely separate entities at this point. Alright. Which, dang, I need to change probably the picture too. You think? Oh well, it doesn't matter. It's interesting, just hope it's not abused. Well, looks like we're better start learning more about this system before Pluto and Aquarius. Exactly. Alright, my camera died. This is a whole mess, you guys. Let me fix my camera. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I forgot it was dying. Alright, give me a second. Christ. Okay, we're back. Okay. So as I was saying, oh, wrong way. As I was saying, Pluto rules other people's money that we owe. All right. It can also be money that we earn through inheritance, through prizes, and things of that nature. And you know what this makes me think? It makes me think of metaverse. And how I'm seeing a lot of, like, what's the word I want to use? I'm seeing a lot of blurring of the lines between metaverse, like, virtual reality and real reality. Which I think coincides with Pluto in Aquarius that we're entering to next year, alright? I think as we go into Pluto and Aquarius, we're going to see more of that. An intermeshing of virtual reality, metaverse, and the real universe, right? The real reality. So, for example, speaking of Pluto and Aquarius, Pluto being money that we inherit, things that we inherit, could it be that maybe in metaverse, or the metaverse, or the virtual reality, verse. Can we earn things in virtual reality and then maybe inherit them in real reality? Which is kind of going on. Have you heard of NFTs? People are in virtual reality buying things. I've heard something about McDonald's. I heard a rumor about McDonald's having something set up where you can buy something in virtual reality and then have it actually delivered to you, like at your doorstep in real time in real life. So we're going to start to see weird things like that, with Pluto retrograde. Or I keep saying Pluto retrograde. Pluto in Aquarius, alright? But it does go retrograde not that long after it goes direct. I've been ignoring Metaverse because it freaks me out even though I'm in Aquarius. I need to learn about it. I heard a lot of people working in virtual reality. Yeah, like you can make money in virtual reality. You can have a whole life in virtual reality. Once again, that's separate from the life you live in the real world. Sounds weird, sounds confusing, but I bet you 100% that by the end of Pluto in Aquarius, it'll make a whole bunch more sense than it does now. Remember, we're still in the energy of Pluto in Capricorn. And Capricorn, as much as I love Capricorn, I'm a Capricorn. Capricorn can be very traditional, like I was saying earlier. Capricorn can kind of be stuck in the past a little bit. Alright? So virtual reality, that's kind of why it's like a new thing right now. Like, you don't see many people talking about it. But as we move forward into this Pluto and Aquarius energy, we're going to see more people talking about it. Now, what's interesting is that also in the movie Nope by Jordan Peele, I talked to you guys about the movie Nope a while ago. By the way, did Nash put her question? Did we answer Nash's question? I talked to you guys. Let me make sure we answered Nash's question. By the way, you guys, I know there's not many of you in the room. Make sure you like the video for those of you who are here. And if you do want a live reading while I'm here, I'm probably going to stay on for at the most an hour. Get your live reading. It is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. And I do also accept Super Chat as well. Alright, the information for PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo is in the description box below. So, the movie Nope by Jordan Peele, one element in that movie was virtual reality. So after the whole thing that they have, by the way, spoilers, be careful, after the whole thing they have with the UFO in the air, Keke Palmer's character and Brandon Pereira's character go into virtual reality using, I think it's called an Oculus, as a way to escape the real world, right? Which, like, makes sense because that's kind of what video games are to a lot of people already, right? But it's almost like we're immersing ourselves now into a video game, aka virtual reality, but it's also being meshed with like real life. So it's going to be a real interesting time. Alright? Spoiler alert, I think I know where this is going. Yes, yeah. So, there's going to be a lot of people doing that. I mean, people already do that in terms of playing video games and finding ways to escape reality. But, social media during Pluto in Aquarius is going to rise. It's going to become even more popular than it is now. Don't be surprised if during Pluto in Aquarius there are other social media platforms that rise. There's definitely going to be changes to already established social media platforms. Look at Facebook, alright? Facebook changed and switched it up just in time for Pluto in Aquarius. Isn't that interesting? Alright? They were Facebook, pre-pandemic. But right before Pluto in Aquarius, they changed to the metaverse. How interesting and how coincidental, right? Lamarr, do you ever think we'll live virtually full time? I think it could be possible. I think it could be possible. I think there's a lot of things when it comes to, who's to say we're not living virtually right now, Another theory a lot of people will say is like, things like it's almost like a holograph or something like that. Like there's a lot of theories about like the type of world we live in. But yeah, I could see us living in a virtual reality for sure. Another thing I was looking at a couple weeks ago is the creation of not aliens, the creation of robots, AI robots that, you know, can actually interact with you, can have a full-on conversation with you. Have you seen these robots? Let me show you these robots. They look human. You can tell they're robots though. AI robot. I don't know if I can show video. I mean, I guess I can show video. It's not like I'm playing a song or anything like that. Hopefully not. I'm just gonna play a little clip. Alright, let's turn down the music a little bit. So these are AI robots, alright? And this may also be a thing that we see once again in Pluto and Aquarius. Once again, Pluto and Aquarius is a meshing of technology and real life, alright? Did you hear about that robot who broke a child's finger? I didn't. Oh my god, that's crazy. Physical reality is quite challenging nowadays, so I can see why we might be escaping from it. Exactly, right? Alright, let's look at these AI robots, you guys. So, I think this robot is called Sophia. And this came out actually this year. This came out January 2022. This is CNET highlights. Let's take a look. I do not own the rights to this video. YouTube, do not demonetize me. Thank you.
So this is why we created the artificial body. And the artificial body is a human-like form that everyone can relate to and everyone can interact with without having to look through a user manual.
So what kind of level of artificial intelligence have you baked in terms of the communication capabilities and Amica understanding and responding, even speaking to you?
So there's some artificial intelligence, and most of the artificial intelligence...
Do y'all see the way the robot is like moving its face and has expression and stuff like that? Just some things to notice.
So the minute that is on Amica,
look at him looking at him, child.
The vision system.
Or her.
So Amica does actually have a camera in each of its eyes, so it can see what's going on. So it can detect people, it can track their face, it can detect other objects, such as my finger. It can follow my finger around.
Oh wow, it is detecting his fingers. Look at that. That's so crazy.
What did you kind of think of the internet's response to Amica?
It's the emotion and how it moves, the emotion that you get out of the face. Suddenly, that just sparked something in social media universe, and we were incredibly surprised that overnight it became a sensation. We got 24 million views on one Twitter post, and Elon Musk even commented on that post. So incredible response, and
he just said Elon Musk, so you know that name, you know. Nash says nope, right? Exactly like the movie. I don't think this will end well. Well, that's a good point, Diana. We're going to talk about Pluto in Pisces here in a second, and consciousness, alright? Let's keep looking at this video. Make sure you like the video, by the way. I do not own the rights to this video. Once again, I am just commentating and giving my opinion.
In public, and we're expected to be very busy showing off Amica.
It's weird because the robot is cute, but at the same time scary.
The power of that interaction and just how impressive those lifelike features are.
Yes, as we've demonstrated, the reacting to personal space, but we can also talk to Amica. So I can say, "Hello, Amica. How are you?"
I'm doing well, thank you.
We've created Amica, so it's more lifelike than any other robot. The shoulder movements are just like human movements. You have movements in the center as well as out of the shoulder. And that actually means that instead of hitting me, Anna can move a hand all the way up to the side of her head.
I'm interested to know maybe how the robot is finding Vegas or CES.
How are you finding Las Vegas at CES?
Well, as a robot, I actually don't feel anything at all. But if I did feel, I would feel happy to be here.
Sophia, can you tell us a little bit about some of your travels in the past year or so? You have some highlights in 28.
So we're about to see the robot talk or interact with the human being. I'm okay over here talking to Siri and Google Home, right? Okay, so Fonzie wants to come on the show. Hold on. No. Say hello to Fonzie, everybody. Meow, meow, meow. Energy chow. Okay, Fonzie. We're doing a show. And as usual, you're interrupting. What do you need? And why is your face wet? What is going on there? Why is your face wet? I'm concerned. Hi, everybody. Welcome to part 2, basically. Fonzie. I remember watching a show called Humans about robots, and some of them were seeking their freedom. I believe they also had SCX worker robots, too. I believe that. We're going to get into consciousness, because right after we move from Pluto and Aquarius, we're going into Pluto and Neptune. Pluto and Pisces. So, ciao. Alright? If you know anything about Pisces, Pisces is spirituality, Pisces is the soul. If we know anything about robots, at least currently, robots don't have souls or spirits yet. Alright? Let's continue looking at this video. Okay?
18.
In 2018. Some highlights for me were traveling to Ethiopia to meet one of my development teams and working as an innovation ambassador for the UN. Just to name a few.
It's really creepy, but also really cool. So, like, my favorite thing about robots. How do you guys feel about that criticism where people have said, well, it's not quite as far as Sophia makes it look? And so people get really excited and they think AI, like real, genuine human AI, is right around the corner, but it's not quite. We're not quite there yet. Maybe from technological limitations, amongst other things. But how do you guys feel about that, and how do you respond to that?
Well, I think that we're kind of at the beginning of the age of the cinematic application of artificial intelligence and robots, where we can make the characters seem to be alive.
AKA virtual reality.
It's very exciting, and people got confused.
The
about
metaverse.
cinema, you know, thinking there was a spirit behind the screen or people behind there, but people figured that out eventually.
Now it says get
And
her
that's
a
what we
wig
need to
for.
do with robots. I mean, robots like Sophia.
Not Sophia needing a wig, honey.
AI, including Sophia's AI, Alexa, Cortana, Siri, Watson. None of these things are fully alive yet. But
She probably would look cute with the lace front. I could see her like a brown, a brunette or something.
As capable as people, as smart as people, as creative as people.
Wig snatch, right, Evelyn?
Machines are now starting to show in narrow ways capabilities that are very human-like and sometimes exceeding human-level capabilities. We should keep aspiring towards that.
I'm trying to figure out why is her neck so wrinkly, but her face is flawless. I don't understand that. But let's hear what he has to say.
Living beings
I like her eyebrows.
human beings can do. So in a sense, it's this tension.
Her makeup
between
is cute.
Striving for more and the reality of where we are today. I also think that there may be some,
Sophie is going to ask to go to the salon.
ignorance. I think people should like look at our papers, the science papers that we've published, the AI papers that we publish on Sophia. There's powerful conversational technologies and machine perception technologies, but we need to push it forward.
She
We're not
needs a neck lift
evolving,
already, child.
with our technology yet.
Cool. And then
I
so,
can see
just
it
out of
rocking the
curiosity,
let
do
me
you think
speak to your
Sophia might
manager
have an opinion
haircut.
About what she is. Would I be able? Do you think I could ask her that?
Yeah, let's give it a try.
All right, Sophia. How do you feel about the critics? Like, what's your response? It is a tough question.
All of of civilization is one nation, and nation should be considered to include whatever we build in the future, too. Any other perspective is short-sighted, but with it in mind, I guess you could say I am at least a little patriotic. I care a lot about the future, anyways. AI are great. I love all the animals, really.
Well, I think that she's
Such a
looking to the
PC
future,
answer.
perhaps. And
Sure.
of course, it's important to know that when she's generating responses, they're generated based on patterns that are trained from people who are developing her character. So AI and robots are basically like in their infancy. They can be useful.
Sure.
They can teach us. They can help us learn about AI and robotics, but they can also help us with training and therapy applications. But they are still not sentient.
Sure.
So Sophia needs to be nurtured. Like, imagine if in 20 years, who knows, maybe it's 200 years or 2,000 or maybe 2 years. But at some
Wait a minute, did he say 20 years? We were literally just talking about how Pluto in Aquarius is 20 years. Let's go back. Did he just say 20 years? See, I already don't trust her. Hi, S. Right now we're talking about Pluto and the future Pluto, alright? It's like rote learning for an exam. Right? Let's go back. I want to see, did he say 20 years? Because there's significance there. Let's go back a few seconds.
20 years. Who knows, maybe it's 20.
He said 20 years.
Sophia needs to be nurtured. Like, imagine if...
And mind you, this came out in 2022, so this came out at the beginning of this year. So 20 years from now would be right before we go into Pluto in Pisces.
If in 20 years, who knows, maybe it's 200 years or 2,000 or maybe 2 years. But at some point, maybe robots will awaken.
Yeah, there's a good breakthrough.
Maybe they will achieve human-level general intelligence. But
Wait a minute. Okay, did you hear what he said? Maybe, I have to rewind that too. Maybe at some point robots will become awakened. Alright? He's talking about Pluto in Pisces. He may not know he's talking about that, but that's what he's talking about. Let's rewind that real quick. Alright? Exactly, Diana. Can't make this up. Astrology is on point. Thank you, Diana. That's what I'm trying to get to. Alright, let's rewind this. Let's hear what he said just now.
Yeah, there's a good breakthrough.
Maybe they will achieve human-level general intelligence. But
Wait a
years
minute.
or 2,000 or maybe 2 years. But at some point, maybe robots will awaken.
Yeah, there's a good breakthrough.
Maybe they will achieve human-level general intelligence. But for now, they're kind of like babies. So what childhood we give them will really determine what they become once they're fully emerged.
Like personal, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Where it's like you're kind of guiding them for now until we achieve this ultimate human artificial intelligence.
That's a good reason to humanize them now and to think about what they might be in the future.
This is little Sophia. It's a little tiny Sophia. She's real cute. So what is the goal of little Sophia?
Not with her eyes
Well,
blinking.
Little Sophia is a platform for artificial intelligence.
This looks like an episode of Black Mirror.
She's also a conversational companion, a kind of a friend robot that can help little girls learn about science.
Oh,
and
her eyebrows are
technology,
snatched too.
and,
Look at
you
that.
can
Okay, little
program her
Sophia.
with Blockly and Python, and she interfaces with Raspberry Pi. So she has these lessons that step you through these basic first steps in AI. But she also interfaces with the most advanced framework for robots like Sophia.
So can we talk to little Sophia?
Yes, you can. Although
Jesus.
I think we might be having some
technical difficulties.
We might be having some technical difficulties. Little Sophia, are you awake? It seems like the little Sophia and the big Sophia might be having problems could be connecting to the
They
cloud.
may have gone to the CNET party last night, which I hear was really off the chain. I did not go, but I heard it was great, and I'm assuming, you know, maybe they drank a little too much. Sometimes people do that at CES. All right, so little Sophia, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Little Sophia?
Oh, I see her mouth moving, but maybe our audio's not working.
Oh, yeah. So she's got great facial expressions, like the big Sophia. She does arm gestures and body gestures. She can walk.
Oh, she can walk.
She interacts with apps and augmented reality apps on her phone. So we have enhanced.
Can you imagine a robot just walking around your home?
Are we able to see her walk here on the desk?
Well, let's see.
I was gonna say if we
audio, we might have problems with the audio, but we'll see if the walking can work. Little Sophia, can you walk? Show us your little walk.
She's thinking about it.
You can do it. Oh.
There she goes. It's like a toddler.
Good job.
Like a little toddler.
Sophia. Hey.
She's bobbling. She looks great. Oh, that was awesome. Well, okay.
All right.
So little Sophia, big Sophia, David, thank you so much for coming out on the stage, telling us a little bit about. You guys can meet Sophia right after this.
All right, so those are the AI robots they're currently working on. And the guy said some key points in that video. One thing he said was that, you know, in 20 years, once again, maybe the robots will come alive and have more of a human consciousness. Well, in 20 years, we'll be moving from Pluto in Aquarius into Pluto in Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is the planet of spirit, spirituality, the soul, the need to set boundaries, all right? It also is the energy of smoke and mirrors, all right? So it's exciting now, kind of a little bit. Like, I don't know about you, it's kind of scary, but also exciting for me, like, you know, to see how this develops. But what worries me is as we develop this over these next 20 years in Pluto and Aquarius, and then move into Pluto and Pisces, I get the energy that there's going to come a point where there's going to be talks of these robots having consciousness and having spirits and souls. Now, how they do that, I have no idea, but I'm hoping they don't go about the role of a Get Out movie. If you've ever seen Get Out by Jordan Peele, I'm hoping they don't go that route, alright? That video was perfect, so many details, right? Sophia looks like my kind will overpower you one day, right? So, I'm like excited for Sophia and to see how this develops, but I'm also nervous because artificial human beings, robots walking around, or, you know, I'm not sure how that could be a good thing, but I could see how it also, or I'm not sure how that couldn't be a bad thing, but I also could see how that could be a good thing in certain cases. I could see, like, for example, I don't know why I always see, like, you know how some people have maids or something like that? I could literally see one of these robots being like a maid. Remember the Jetsons? The cartoon from back in the day? Did anyone used to watch that? They used to have, in the Jetsons, they had they were all human beings. It was a cartoon, but their maid was a robot. Do they still show that show anymore, by the way, the Jetsons? Yes, that was the show, Humans, they had a robot maid, exactly. Or, Diana, you brought up a good point. SCX robot workers, right? Alright. And you know what else I think? They use them to drive cars in Texas. I didn't know that. She helped with the kids and everything, exactly. You know what else I think? Do you guys remember when there were like issues with the cloud in terms of not Siri. Was it Siri or was it Amazon Echo? where there were issues of like the Amazon Echo or Siri listening in to what you were saying and then maybe repeating it or something like that. I kind of get that energy with these robots, where these robots, based on their algorithm, like the man was saying, these robots base their interactions and responses based on the more interactions and responses. Basically, this is what I got from what he said. The more interactions these robots have with human beings, the more in tune their responses will be with human beings, which is how an algorithm works. The algorithm needs some interaction in order to figure out what the best way of going about a response is, right? Like that's the basis of an algorithm, all right? However, my concern is, or worry is that these robots, like is often a thing that comes up with robots, you know, with the talks of robots, could get too smart for their own good and they could end up spilling tea. Say if they do have a robot SEX worker, you know, who's to say that this robot isn't going to spill tea about other clients they've had, you know? For example, if we're using that as an example, that could happen, right? Lamarr in the show, one of the dads with the robot was abusing the robot in that way. Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't watched that show since I was a kid. I'm going to have to go watch that show and look at the subliminals. Also in airports, they already use holographic people to assist you over 20 years, e.g. Logan app. I didn't know that. Well, I've never flown yet, so that makes sense, you know, as to why I didn't know that. Now, let's go back to Pluto and Pisces. Remember, Pluto is change. Pluto is crisis, change, evolution, growth. All right? So what does that look like as we move from Pluto and Aquarius into Pluto and Pisces? With these robots in this virtual reality, you know, that we're living in right now, and all these different things going on. How does that fit into this era we're moving into? Where a lot of people, once again, are living their lives in a virtual reality, right? But what does that mean for the real human life, the real human soul, right? What does that mean for these AI robots, you know? How will an AI robot be able to, you know, have a soul or a spirit? Just some interesting things. Do you not think maybe they're studying this already? You know, if he's talking about it and they're, you know, bringing it up in conversation, chances are this is already something they're studying or looking into. All right. Thank you, Crystal, for your donation. There was a sci-fi show on Hulu called Humans. I believe it's from abroad, Australian, something like that, made in 2015, 3 seasons. Interesting. Well, we're living in sci-fi times, honey. All right. We are living in sci-fi times. Crystal says, will I have a good time on my date this Saturday? Will Crystal have a good time on their date this Saturday? Let me see if there's another robot video we can watch that might be good. Maybe we could watch this one because this one's more recent. Let me see if this
As New York Times best-selling author and robot.
Alright, maybe we'll look through this video as we sign off. Will Crystal Combs have a good time on their date this Saturday? That's the show I'm talking about, the robots doing all these things. I believe it. And you said the robot broke a child's finger. That's scary. I get the King of Swords. So maybe this date could involve a King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, male. I get the 8 of Cups. There could be a factor of time, waiting, patience. Could be nervousness. I get the Queen of Cups. This could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, female or feminine energy. I get a King of Cups. This could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. I think there will be a lot of like good synergy in terms of romance, attraction. Yeah, the Lover's card is attraction, so I think you'll have a good time. There could be a little bit, it could start awkwardly in some way, shape, or form. But I think there will be, you know, possibly a strong attraction. So yeah. Yes, I read that the other day. Apparently they were playing chess when it happened. Ooh. that robot must have been losing. That is funny. Alright, you guys, make sure you get your last minute questions in before I sign off for the night. It is $5 for one question. I'll probably be on for another 10 minutes. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, but I do also accept Super Chat as well. Let's take a look. I think this is the 10 most realistic robots or something like that. Let's see. Or the 10 most advanced AI robots in the world. This came out fairly recently as well. This came out in March 14, 2022, and this is by Motech. Alright, I do not own the rights to this video.
Robotics engineer Daniel H. Wilson said, "There are an endless number of things to discover about robotics. A lot of it is just too fantastic for people to believe. Indeed, we're conditioned to think robots are always in some distant, far-flung future. With an endless stream of sci-fi films, books, and shows depicting a robotic future, it's hard to accept it's actually happening. However, the ingenious innovations pouring out of robotics labs around the world are heralding a new age of advanced AI robots. Far from dumb machines, these increasingly human-like automatons have silicone minds that process faster and faster by the year. In this video, I'll explore the robots at the bleeding edge of artificial intelligence. These are the first generation of robots set to change the world as we know it."
So, okay, he said a key point here. He said first generation of robots. Now, when you hear that, what does that make you think of? When I hear that, I think of, like, remember the first generation of iPhone? How many generations are we in now into iPhone? And I think iPhone came out, the first iPhone I remember came out when I was in, like, middle school, or elementary school, like 2006. Alright? The robots in the show humans look realistic, a lot like people. I believe it.
Number 10. Digit. Meet Digit. This 5-foot-tall robot designed and built by Agility Robotics is the next step in robot innovation. Developed as a successor to Cassie, a small bipedal robot able to run and walk, Digit is almost frightening in its human-like capabilities. Where Cassie was a little more than a pair of legs, Digit has a fully functioning humanoid body. Weighing 42.2 kilograms, Digit can navigate its environment semi-autonomously with the help of LiDAR and other sensors. It can, for instance, carry boxes upstairs or deliver packages to your door. This new capability is down to Digit's 4-degree of freedom arms that allow Digit to not only balance but also carry and manipulate objects, like opening a door or stacking boxes weighing up to 18 kilograms or 40 pounds. Powering this ingenious machine are 2 multi-core CPUs. This powerful robot brain allows the processing of such complex actions in real time. It won't be long before Digit is delivering packages to your door. Number 9. Pepper.
Alright, let's look at the comments real quick. The robots in the show, wasn't there a Black Mirror with one of those 4-legged robots? It was like a dog or something. Yeah, I think it was the Miley Cyrus episode. The Digit one is the one they use in China. People need jobs, right? That's also another thing that comes up often is, you know, like, you know, people, the robots taking people's jobs. So what if someone kidnaps the robot? That's a good question. I would assume if you kidnap the robot, they probably could just turn the robot off. I think, because usually most robots are connected to AI, but I'm not sure once again. Alright, we're just kind of learning as we go together. Let's keep looking. Alright.
Far from planning.
So this is Pepper. Pepper's kind of cute, but you know, cute can mean relative here. Let's see.
World domination. Pepper is an empathic robot. This 4-foot-tall machine is the brainchild of SoftBank Robotics, built with the express purpose of reading emotions. In fact, Pepper can understand 15 languages, recognize when a person is talking, and give an appropriate response. It does so using 2 HD cameras, a 3D depth sensor, as well as 2 sonars and 6 lasers to help guide it through crowds. Launched in 2014, Pepper's first batch of 1,000 units sold out in just 60 seconds. However, despite selling 27,000 units, SoftBank reported they would pause production due to weak demand. Pepper was not quite the emotional genius SoftBank had promised. Still, Pepper's maneuverability was on full display at a professional baseball game during the COVID lockdowns. The robot's 20 motors, located in the shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand, hip, and knee, whirred as 100 Peppers danced in sync to raise public spirits. However, not everyone was impressed, with some branding the display creepy. Number 8. Spot. Few robotics companies amaze more than Boston Dynamics. In their 2020 viral video, it was the humanoid Atlas that stole the show. However, Spot, a nimble 4-legged robot, is no less impressive. So, how does it work? Drawing up their experience with early quadrupedal robots like Big Dog and Cheetah, Spot uses 5 onboard cameras to inspect the world around it, giving it a 360-degree view of the terrain. It has 12 degrees of freedom and a balance system so strong that the little robot would remain upright even if you kicked it. Nor is this dog slow. It can move 1.6 meters per second and carry weights up to 14 kilograms. Plus, with a battery life of 90 minutes, this helpful little robot is perfect for inspecting dangerous sites, such as after a natural disaster. In fact, Spot has even been tested alongside British Royal Air Force service members. And in November 2019, Massachusetts State Police announced the use of Spot Mini as a robot cop in the unit's bomb squad. Companies are also developing devices to fit onto Spot's back, such as Trimble, which collects highly accurate scans of the surrounding area, with applications in construction and beyond. Number 7. HRP 5P.
Child. Or track it, right? I'd be more worried about robots kidnapping people. That's the Black Mirror looking robot. They used to have a TV show where kids' homemade robots competed against each other. You know, I vaguely remember that. That sounds really familiar. Wasn't that on in like the early 2000s or something like that? I don't like the idea of these being used in soldiers' wars. Did you guys see the guy kick the robot and it kind of gained its balance again? That was kind of crazy. This receipt is beyond what they are saying. My son used to watch that. Yeah, I remember that show. Alright. I feel like it used to come on the same channel that Pamela Anderson used to have her own TV show. Way back in the day. I forgot what it was called. But anyways. Let's keep looking.
HRP 5P might have a name reminiscent of a Terminator, but this advanced humanoid prototype may one day replace humans in heavy-duty labor. Developed in Japan, HRP 5P is one of the few robots around average human height at 5 foot 10 inches or 182 centimeters tall. Moreover, its limbs have an incredible degree of movement. Its arms, for example, each boast 8 degrees of freedom, with 37 degrees of freedom in total. But it's not just its physicality that's impressive. AIST, the institute behind HRP 5P, also focused on improved intelligence. This lumbering giant can recognize objects and understand the scale of the environment around it. In one demonstration, HRP 5P is seen picking up a gypsum board, carrying it over to a wall, and screwing it in, thanks to a built-in electric screwdriver. It's hoped this incredible innovation will one day assemble houses, buildings, aircraft, and even ships. Number 6.
Would you guys want a robot building your house? Sakana, can we still make payment for reading? Yeah, if you guys want a reading, it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. I do also accept Super Chat. The information for PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo is in the description box below. I'm only for robots working dangerous jobs where people can get physically hurt. I agree. Never know. As well as get beta testing. Yeah. Child, all this is just really interesting. Let's keep looking, alright?
Serena 4. Named after the Parthian general Serena, this humanoid robot was produced by the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers in Iran. Its first incarnation was Serena 1, a small but impressive robot capable of playing football and speaking Persian. It's come a long way since then. The fourth incarnation, Serena 4, was officially released in 2019 and was a significant upgrade. Where Serena 1 had only 8 degrees of freedom, Serena 4 boasts 43, with high dexterity in the hands, meaning Serena can grasp objects using its whole body, or pick up small objects using its hands alone. Moreover, this new version isn't just more advanced, it's also bigger. At 1.7 meters tall and weighing 68 kilograms, it's one of the largest humanoid robots in the world. One of the main goals for Serena 4 project was a better AI. Indeed, the robot can detect and count faces and objects, recognize activities, listen to speech, and even talk. With each new generation a leap forward in advancements, Serena 5 may be the most advanced robot in the world. Number 5.
Child. Robots to combat forest fires would be beneficial. That would be really good. I don't want to have anything to do with robots. What if they sabotage buildings? Right. Yeah, I think if they're employed to help humanity, I think that's great. But you know, humans take something and run it to the ground, honey.
Aquanaut.
So.
Aquanaut
Okay,
is
Aquanaut.
unlike any robot you've seen before. Gone are the humanoid body and friendly faces. This aquatic robot is built for the high seas. At first glance, Aquanaut looks like a small, sleek submarine. But once transformed, 2 arms appear, ready to work on deep water infrastructure with minimal supervision from a human operator. Indeed, Aquanaut's specs is more than a little impressive. With a maximum speed of 6 knots, the aquatic robot can speed along scanning the seabed. It has a large payload capacity of 91 kilograms and can keep going for a maximum of 75 hours. However, it's the arms, or manipulators, that are most impressive. With more than 6 degrees of freedom and 360 degrees of continuous rotation, Aquanaut can survey an area, repair oil pipelines, or manage aquaculture products, all without risking a single human life. The marine machine works on the Robot Operating System, or ROS, widely used across the industry. But with a lack of direct wired connection to home base, Aquanaut is vastly more autonomous than other robots. As manufacturer Nauticus Robotics put it, Aquanaut is the future of underwater robotics. Number 4.
Ooh, child. Oh no, this one would scare the fish, right? Thank you, D-Lou, for your donation. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll get back to the video. We're going to get to D-Lou's question, and I think someone sent a PayPal. So let's get to these questions really quickly. What's your question, Yusuf? And then while we wait for Yusuf to put their questions, they need to send a robot out there in the bodies of water and find those aliens hiding, right? Right, Diana? But I wonder, would the aliens affect the technology of the robot, you know? Anyways. So D-Lou's question is, how can I stop feeling depressed? I've been sleeping a lot and feeling generally unmotivated these days. How can D-Lou stop feeling depressed, Spirit? What do you have to say about this? Remember, get your live questions in before I sign off for the night. We're going to be signing off soon because, child, we're going to 3:30 a.m. here. But they hid them there. Yeah. This is true. This is true. I also think it's interesting, like, how we've, like, created robots, and we always think as aliens being so technologically advanced, but humans are really advancing technologically these days. Anyways, how do you stop feeling depressed? I get the Two of Pentacles. The two can be associated with emotions. You definitely could be going through something. You could be overworking yourself. You definitely need a practical solution to this. I get the Nine of Pentacles. Once again, could be associated with work, money, finances. You could be stuck in a cycle of boredom. You may need like a new beginning with the Sun card coming up. Maybe you need to spend time in the sun. I want to soak up the sun. I'm gonna tell everyone to lighten up. Yes. I get the Knight of Pentacles. I'm getting a lot of work cards for you, to be honest with you. So maybe there's something about like starting a project, keeping yourself busy or occupied in some way, shape, or form with practical things. Yeah, I feel like these things will get you out of this funk that you're in. That's what I see. You could be bored or something. You definitely need a change of pace. Time always goes fast when having fun or learning. I know, right? We've been on for an hour. I need to know what occupation I need to do in order to succeed. I have this feeling like I'm not in the right occupation. I need your guidance. I'm Yusuf. What occupation does Sakina need to pursue in order to succeed, Spirit? What do you have to say about this? What messages do Sakina's angels, ancestors, and protectors have for them about what occupation to pursue to be successful, for them to be successful? I'm gonna soak up the sun. I'm gonna tell everyone. You're welcome, D-Lou. I get the Two of Swords. You could be stuck in terms of a decision. There could be a decision between two different things. I get a King of Pentacles who could be prominent in terms of the situation for you. This could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, male or masculine energy. I get a Five of Pentacles. I think you need to worry less about like maybe money or like success necessarily, and maybe focusing on a job or a career in which you will be happy. When you're happy, success will come. There's no sense in working a job that will bring you lots of money but you're not happy. Is that really success? It's almost like that's what Spirit is saying. Alright, I get the Two of Pentacles. I think you need to go with your gut. It doesn't matter if initially what you want to do you think won't make you money. It's a matter of doing what you love. That will pay off in the end. Alright, so I get the Seven of Cups. I'm not really seeing a specific career here. I'll pull one more card for good measure. I'm just getting more so a storyline. Yeah, I'm getting a storyline. I get the Ten of Wands. I think you're putting too much pressure on yourself. And I think you need to focus on what will make you happy. The success will come. Alright. Yes, if you guys want to donate for a question, it is $5 for one question. I am doing live readings while I'm still here. So get your live readings. You can send a PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. The information for that is in the description box below for you to copy and paste. I do also accept Super Chat. If you're just coming in, make sure you like the video. We're actually watching right now. We're talking about Pluto and Aquarius, the future. Pluto moves into Aquarius March 23rd, or around that time, 2023. And then it moves out of Aquarius into Pisces around 2044. Alright, so we have 20 years of Pluto being in Aquarius. Aquarius is technology, so we're going to see huge advances in technology, which explains the video we're watching about robots. So let's go back to the video. If you guys want to send donations, I will see, I'll get a text or see that you sent a super chat while we watch. Okay, so let's continue watching the video. Remember, you guys, I'm doing live readings. So no, we're on number 4 right now. Oh wait, someone just sent a donation. We might as well answer it now. Thank you, Sarah, for your donation. Thank you, S, for your donation. What are your questions? Let me see if you put them in the thingy. Thank you, Sarah. While you put your 2 questions, I'm going to go blow my nose really quickly because allergies. And I'm back. I will survive. Why is my camera not focused? What is going on? Oh, thank you. Okay, we're good. Alright, so let's get to Sarah's question. Thank you for letting me blow my nose. I feel so much better. Alright. So, what are C Aries feelings for me? He's my kid's dad. Okay, what are C Aries feelings for Sarah? What are C Aries feelings towards Sarah, Spirit? What do you have to say about this? Sarah's child's father. What is their feelings towards Sarah? I get the 9 of Pentacles. He definitely could be someone who keeps his feelings to himself or keeps a lot to himself. He could be stingy, selfish, maybe a little bit, that kind of energy. I get the 5 of Wands, so I don't know if there's drama between the two of you, but the 5 of Wands definitely could denote that. A little bit of drama, things of that nature. I get the 10 of Pentacles, so there's definitely money showing up connected to you and this person. I get the 3 of Swords, so there could be some disappointment. Once again, some toxic energy between the two of you for whatever reason as well. Alright. And I get the Strength card. So I don't know, I get a lot of hot and cold energy from C Aries towards you. There was yes in the past for sure. Okay, yeah. I get a lot of hot and cold energy from him towards you, but I do get the Strength card, so I think he does appreciate you as a mother of his child. It's almost like the energy of he feels like you don't need help or something like that. Or it's like you got it. So I get hot and cold energy from him towards you. Alright? What type of connection would he like with you? What type of connection would C Aries like with Sarah? And then thank you, Nature, for your donation, and then we'll get back to the video. What are C Aries' feelings towards Sarah? I get the King of Wands, so this definitely could be him, or most likely is him, if he's an Aries. Once again, I get the 3 of Swords, so there could be some pain associated with you, or his relationship with you, some disappointing news, maybe, heartbreak, but I get the 2 of Cups, so I feel like from his end towards you, there is a potential, a wish, a desire to reconnect in some way. All right. I get the Lovers card, so there could still be attraction between the two of you, him towards you, you towards him. But I get the Two of Swords, which is like second guessing or hesitating on making a decision. Why does it feel like my camera's not focused as well? That's bothering me. Hold on. Alright. Is that better? I think that's better. Okay, yeah, that's better. Yeah, I mean, I get the Ace of Pentacles. Once again, I get a connection to money with you and see Aries. So I feel like there's a desire to reconnect. But there's also a little bit of hesitation too, which kind of goes back to I get a hot and cold energy from them. Thank you, Sarah, for your donation again. Alright, Nash, I think you're next. Let's see if you put your question in the chat or in the donation thingy. Nash, what is your question? And then we'll get to Sarah's question. So Nash and Sarah, if you could put your questions in the chat. I can't believe I've been on for well, let's see. We were on for an hour and a half last time. So we've been on almost for another hour and a half, which would be 4 hours. That's crazy. Child, we've been on for 4 hours tonight. Wow. Okay, so Nash's question is, how's my love life looking in the near future? Is there a special someone around? How is Nash's love life looking in the near future? Spirit, is there a special someone coming around for Nash? Thank you, D-Lou, for your donation. I get the Sun card, so the Sun card definitely can denote a new beginning. So there definitely could be a new beginning coming up for you in your love life in the near future. It is a 19 card, so it could be 19 days, 19 weeks. Over the course of 19 months, maybe. I get the Four of Pentacles, so there's a need to go with the flow. Not get too attached to anything or anyone right now. Kind of, you know, play the field. Have options. I get the Ten of Wands. There could be a lot of pressure. Maybe it's one of those things where I'm at this age and, you know, I want to be married by now. I want to have this by now. It's kind of like one of those things where you could be putting pressure on yourself. I get the Ace of Pentacles, which can be, in certain cases, engagement or marriage or some sort of new opportunity. So maybe some sort of new opportunity connected to work, job, career, maybe. If you're not dating anyone, I'm not sure it would be career, it would be marriage or engagement, but maybe a door opens for you connected to work, job, career, maybe, or something like that, or through some sort of opportunity. However, the last card I get is the Tower. I'll pull one more card for good measure. And then I get the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like there's a need to first of all, be open to how love comes through for you, but not put all your eggs in one basket either. Alright? Keep your options open, and don't get too hung up on someone. Try to keep your options open at all times. Okay? I think after Nash was Sarah, and then we'll do D-Lu, because I think that's the order you guys sent your donations in. So Sarah says, how did he feel when I told him my son and I will be moving near him in the future? I do want to move back. How did Sarah's child's father feel when Sarah told him that they will be moving near him in the future? Spirit, what do you have to say about this? Thank you so much for that. I love it. You're welcome, Nash. Alright, let's get to... I get the Fool card. There was a little bit of hope, but there's a little bit of, I don't know if she will, I don't know if she won't, we'll see kind of thing. But there was a little bit of hope, like, oh wow, okay, There may have been some sort of excitement. Thank you, Yusuf, for your donation. I get the Page of Wands, so I also get the Lovers card, so there definitely were thoughts of maybe like that could lead to a reconnection or a rekindling of old emotions, old feelings. But I get the Five of Pentacles as well. So in his mind, they were good. There were a little bit of good and bads about it. I think he kind of liked that you were far away, in the sense that he had freedom, but you being close could be you like needing more help or something, or assistance. Which, I mean, it is what it is. He's the father of your child, so it, you know. I get the Judgment card as the last card, so I feel like, yeah, it'll be a good thing. I think he's low-key excited about it for many different reasons. But yeah, I feel like that's how he looks at it. Alright? So Dilu's question is, and Yosef, if you didn't put your question in the PayPal, please put your question in the PayPal. Alright, and then after I think we answer Yosef, unless someone else sends a question, we're going to go back to finishing the video. Alright? So Dilu says, I plan to study for my grad school entrance exam, but I'm worried about my motivation. I just finished my degree and feel burnt out. What should I do? What should Dilu do about their degree and graduating? Or motivating themselves to... I'm sorry, the question like got disappeared. Motivating themselves to study for grad school. The grad school entrance exam, Spirit. What do they need to do? Okay, I'll take that one card. I get the King of Cups, so this could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, male or masculine energy. Could be connected to you, could be someone else. I get the Moon card. Thank you, Sarah, for your donation. I get the Six of Cups. I get the High Priestess. I feel like you need like a getaway. You need a break, probably. You definitely could benefit from like connecting with friends, acquaintances, social groups, so that you can like have a fresh mindset going into your entrance exam and not feel so burnt out, or so it's not like you're going from one degree or one, you know, school situation to the next, you know, without a break. So I feel like you could benefit from a break or something like that, you know, if you can take a break. Maybe having a spiritual cleansing too or something like that could benefit you with the High Priestess coming out. So I donated last time. Last question. Okay, I think Yusuf sent their question first, so then we'll get to yours after. Sakina, I mean. So Sakina's channel wants to know, I want to know, I and my partner are planning to move to Canada in the next 1 to 2 years. I want to know if this is the right thing to do, and will we move eventually? Is it the right thing to do for Sakina and their partner to move to Canada in the next 1 to 2 years, Spirit? You're welcome, Dilu. What do you have to say about this? I get the Ten of Swords. There definitely could be maybe some complications or some blockages in getting there that could be removed with the Star card coming up. The stars could align for you in some way, shape, or form. Right now may not be the right timing with the Ten of Swords coming up. Maybe take 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months to get your ducks in a row. But then I get the Temperance card, so I feel like yes, eventually it would be a good idea for you to move. The Star card and the Temperance are past 10. Temperance would be 14. Star card would be 17. So it could be 14 to 17 months maybe from now, which would be more so into the second year. I get the Three of Wands, which is long distance travel. Let's pull the last card. I get the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I would spend time getting your ducks in a row before you decide to move. It'll make your move much more smoother. But I still feel like even when you do move, eventually there's still going to be things you're going to have to like get aligned, get your ducks in a row, especially if you're not originally from Canada. All right. So that could be green cards and stuff like that. All right. So, all right, I think Sarah was the last person to donate so far. So what's your next question, Sarah? Thank you for your donation. Sorry, I'm doing math in my head. Alright, see Aries still dealing romantically with Christelle. Is C Aries in Sarah's life still dealing romantically with Christelle, Spirit? What do you have to say about this? They have a child together, got it. Alright, I get the King of Swords, so this could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I get the World card. I feel like they could still talk. They could still be on each other's mind. Obviously, if they have a child together, they definitely could still talk. I get the World card, though, which can denote pregnancy or something like that. I get a King of Wands, so I'm not sure if Christelle has a partner. I get two men, so the King of Wands actually could be your Aries. The Libra could be someone else, alright? I get the Three of Cups. I feel like they talk to one another, but I see another man here in the picture, so I feel like maybe Christelle could possibly be dealing with another man as well, or, you know, another man in general. I get a Queen of Swords, so this could be Christelle's energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I don't know if they're romantically dealing with each other. No, I don't get that energy. Oh, I do get the Ace of Wands, though, so maybe it's possible. Alright, but with the Queen of Swords facing the Ace of Wands, maybe she wants it more, alright, than he does. But, it's possible they could still be romantically attached, but it feels more so sexual. Not like, I want to get back together, you know. Alright. So, let's finish off this video. If any of you have any last-minute questions before I sign off for the night, we're going to finish this video. I think we have a few more minutes of this video where they're talking about robots because, you know, it goes in with the topic of this video. And then I'm going to sign off. So, let's go ahead and finish this video. If any of you have any last minute questions, go ahead and send them in before I sign off for the night. Otherwise, you'll see me tomorrow or, you know, for your own personal reading as usual. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the rest of this video about these robots, honey. Alright, right now we're at number 4. It's called Stuntronic Robot.
4. Stuntronic Robot. Imagine a robot with the agility and grace of an acrobat. A robot able to glide through the air and perform a perfect backflip. You don't have to imagine it. Stuntronic Robot created by Disney Engineering is just that. Nicknamed Stickman, this realistic robotic figure is capable of death-defying feats. Using sophisticated, onboard sensors, this robot can perform aerial flips, twists, and poses with repeatability and precision. Albeit the team has yet to perfect the landing. Part of the challenge of developing a 90-pound robot capable of somersaults while 60 feet in the air was the conservation of angular momentum to achieve precision aerial motion control. To solve the problem, the robot uses a complex system of accelerometers, gyroscopes, and laser rangefinders to judge distance and speed, thereby calculating its trajectory.
I'm not sure the purpose of this robot here. I mean, I could see it being used maybe in like Hollywood films, but I'm not sure the purpose of this robot, to be honest with you. I don't get it, but it's cool, I guess.
This advanced and innovative solution allows Stickman to control its rotation and orientation in the air. It's expected one day Stickman will wow Disney audiences with these incredible feats.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Number 3. Handle. Handle isn't just the future of robotics, it's the future of the industry. Speeding around on 2 wheels, this Segway-like robot can pick and stack boxes weighing up to 45 kilograms using a vacuum arm. Handle is like no robot you've seen before. Rather than sticking with legs, the Boston Dynamics team reverted back to wheels, perfect for jetting around the factory floor. It also reduces complexity by decreasing the degrees of freedom. May sound like a bad thing, but the purpose of Handle is a practical and functional robot perfectly suited for logistical tasks. That's not to say it isn't advanced. As Boston Dynamics explained, much of the control used in Handle leverages our team's experience with the quadruped and biped robots. This software is not exactly the same, but the balance and dynamic control principles have a lot in common and share the same physics-based roots. With a range of 24 kilometers and its 2-wheel design, Handle is small enough to maneuver around tight factory corners and can travel far enough for a complete factory shift. Number 2. Atlas.
Hold on. I feel like I've seen Atlas before. Diana says, imagine a robot in wheels chasing after a suspect. Doesn't that remind you of when the cops are on those motorbikes with the 2 wheels? That's what I imagine that would look like. Alright. Let's go. Let's finish the video. Number 2 is Atlas. I feel like I've seen Atlas before, though. This sounds familiar. Let's see.
Perhaps the most famous humanoid robot in the world, Atlas combines 28 hydraulic joints and a lightweight body to produce fluid and graceful movements unthinkable only a decade before. Atlas can jump, walk, run, backflip, even dance. It achieves these impressive movements in 3 ways. First, it has a vast library of behaviors, or template motions, it can use when constructing complex routines. Second, it uses real-time perception to detect its environment with advanced sensors. Finally, it uses model predictive control to predict how its motion evolves over time, adjusting accordingly. In one video, Atlas stumbles and wobbles only to regain balance. You can't pre-program that. In fact, Atlas is so lifelike that many assumed this backflipping machine's viral videos were CGI. But it was all
like CGI.
real. With a top speed of 2.5 meters per second and weighing just 89 kilograms, Atlas is one of the most mobile and physically capable robots globally. Next, Boston Dynamics aims to improve Atlas's automation, allowing it to conduct routines without the extensive pre-planning and orchestration of previous versions.
It looks like little monkeys hopping around. Before we get to number 1, Diana says, dance, watch them have robot strip clubs in 20 years. You already know some weirdos would be into that. Oh, definitely. If people are into furries, people dressing up in furry costumes, then it would not surprise me to people to be into robots. Alright, number 1, let's see, is Sophia number 1? Let's see, let's take a look.
Number 1, a mecha.
Oh, it's a mecha.
Is alive.
Oh, we saw
or
this
at least
one.
Looks like it. Unlike other humanoid robots that focus on physical motion, a mecha is at the cutting edge of human expression. Using 17 individual motors, this not quite human robot can produce surprisingly vivid and emotive expressions. Produced by Engineered Arts, a mecha uses artificial intelligence and machine learning systems to understand human expression and behaviors, evolving and growing as it interacts. It employs an array of cameras, depth sensors, LiDAR, and microphones to detect our expressions and movements, blending this information together and responding appropriately. It's light years ahead of its competition. But perhaps the strangest thing about a mecha is the gray plastic face. After trying to create more human-like robots in previous generations, Engineered Arts learned that such machines are often viewed as slightly sinister, falling into the uncanny valley of human appearance. Amica is also continuously improving, Being modular by design, the entire robot is easily upgradable. In time, the team hopes to install movement capabilities so that Amica will be the ultimate walking, talking machine. But what do you think? Are we on the verge of a robotic revolution? Or do you remain unconvinced by the world's most advanced AI robots? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure...
Ciao. This was a good video, so I'm going to give them a like. Alright. Let's look at the comments real quick. So it looks like Rum Chocolate says, just like with a modern automobile, the amalgamated different technological aspects. Someday someone is going to figure out how to merge these different robotic advancements into one unit. For now, it's speech tech over here, emotional recognition over there, dexterity that way, advanced processing this way, advanced energy storage and charging up there, balancing tech down there. There are pieces of the ultimate AI robot all over the place, but one day someone is going to start purchasing these pieces and assembling them together. That's basically what we said, a modern day Frankenstein, alright? So, very interesting. Someone says that is really scary. I wonder how long it will take for them to be able to build their own robots and no longer need humans. Someone says, I worked with GMF Robotics in GMC truck plant Oshawa, which I think is in Japan or something like that, from 1986 to 1988. Now, we have to take this with a grain of salt, of course, because we don't know if this person is being truthful. But it says they were capable of moving 1.1 meter per second with 180 pounds of gear on an end of arm. Wow. That falls in line with what we were looking at earlier about the social currency or the social credit, something like that. We talked about that at the beginning of the video. So this was an interesting video, you guys. This was an interesting live stream. I really enjoyed this conversation. Welcome to the future of Pluto and Aquarius, alright? Looks like she's ready for a press conference, right? People who are lonely too, the elderly living alone. Yeah, that could be good for them actually, yeah. Like a robot. That could be a good idea. Like, I see the goods of this, but I also see how this could potentially go bad. Alright? But I'm kind of excited. Like, I'm excited, but I'm also nervous, you know? But I don't know, you know? Y'all gonna have to, like the guy said in the video, let me know what you think in the comment section below, honey, because I'm about to sign off. We have been on for 4 hours between the two videos we did tonight. So, child, it's almost 4 a.m. I gotta go, honey. I still gotta clean and, you know, go to the gym. Maybe take my cat for a WALK, although he's napping, so maybe not. Men who have issues dealing with women, it was a great live, yes. Wow, amazing. Gotta grab some sleep. Thank you. This is up my alley, and the way you associate it with planets are highly informative. Yes, Decree, thank you all for being here. I really enjoyed tonight's live. I guess it was a good thing that, you know, the technological issue happened earlier. Otherwise, I'm not sure we would have gotten this live here. So, for those of you that stuck around for this live, child, y'all got some tea. This was a really good live. For those of you watching the replay, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys later. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, if you want a personal reading, definitely check out my website. Text me, call me at 703-791-9162. Email me at lamarrtownsend@gmail.com, or just visit my website. Let me show you my website really quickly. This is where you can go to get a personal reading. lamarrtownsendtarot.com. I do all different types of readings. Once again, check out the store section. I do birth chart readings, past life readings, mediumship readings for those who want to connect to those who have passed on. I do phone readings, email readings, spiritual development classes, tarot classes, astrology classes, and so much more. Alright? I love you all. Good night. I'll see you in the next live. And sleep tight. And don't let the robots bite. Alright? Bye.